Alright girls, I am officially done with the dashboard gymnastics. That is why I am so excited to announce LISEN as today's sponsor. So guys, they sent over this auto adjusting phone holder and it really does what it says it's going to do. And so basically all you're going to do is drop your phone in and it will adjust itself. So you don't have to worry about squeezing it. You don't have to worry about trying to line it up. It just locks and then it holds. It's extremely versatile. You can mount your phone on the windshield or on the dashboard or however your car is set up. It does have the suction that is designed to hold steady. And of course, you guys know I drive a lot, so that's extremely important to me. It actually feels safe to use when you're driving. Your phone isn't sliding around and distracting you. You can use it to check directions or switch your music without the extra chaos. So if you have been dealing with dashboard gymnastics, I'm going to make sure that I leave the link in the description box below. Once again, I would like to thank LISEN for sponsoring today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and on to the adventures. Hey girls, just when I was about to get the adventure started, it started raining. I'm like, why is this happening to me? But y'all, in the last vlog, I told y'all Christy Danielle was telling me about the Alani Nu. Was telling, I think it was, y'all, my memory is not as, crispy as it used to be. But anyway, either it was on the vlog, it was on TikTok, one or the other. But anyway, she was telling us about Alani Nu, but she mentioned in my comment section that she now drinks Bloom. So I went and I got a Bloom. And so I'm going to be honest, this one is good. I had to stop with the Alani Nu because it was kind of hurting my stomach, and but it wasn't immediate. I just kind of noticed, days later, I started feeling like a little bit of a sharp pain in my stomach. And it was like, I don't have a lot of variation in my diet, so I knew what it was immediately. So of course I stopped drinking that, but we're on Bloom and I like it. I actually like it a little bit better. It's not as sweet and the taste is just a little bit more crisp or whatever. So yeah. Oh, wait a minute, girl. This is what I want to tell y'all. This is actually what I called to tell y'all, girl. So yesterday I was at Kroger's minding my business. And I see this man or whatever, y'all. This man like 6'10". This man was tall, but he had a blazer on. And y'all know how back in the day when the people used to put a blazer on and put a white shirt under it, but then they take the collar and they had a collar outside of the blazer, like laid out like that. Girl, so he had that on or whatever. So I don't know. I'm not used to seeing men that big and that tall dressed all like that or whatever. So girl, he was layered up. So anyway, I spoke or whatever. He was a nice looking man. I could see a lot of the ladies like chasing after him, but I'm not a chaser, baby. I ain't a chaser. You know what I'm saying? I'm the birthday. I'm not a chaser. But anyway, I could see like women fighting over him and stuff or whatever, because it's a lot of pick-me's in the world. It's a lot of birds on the ground and not enough in the sky. But anyway, so I made eye contact with him. I spoke and I kept walking or whatever. But y'all don't know how somebody be talking on the phone, but you can hear somebody looking back at you. You know what I mean? So I could literally hear him like when he turned to look back at me, but I kept walking because I just be being nice. Y'all can't really just be nice to men in Houston, because if you make eye contact, if you too nice, if you speak or whatever, they take that as an invitation to approach. So anyway, I kept walking. I got my stuff or whatever. So I go outside or whatever. I get in my car and he's parked like across from me. So his car is, across. And I think this was a co-inky dink. I don't think it was nothing weird, nothing, of course, because if he was already in the store, how could he have known where I parked? So I don't want to imply that it was anything weird. So anyway, when I seen him, he like spoke or whatever when he was sitting in his car, and I spoke. And girl, I was still minding my business. So I backed out or whatever. Girl, y'all, when I backed out and then he backed out and he started like following me down Westheimer or whatever. And I noticed that he was following me immediately, because you got to have your head on a swivel. So that fool was following me or whatever. I said, oh, you want to follow me? I was just like, they be like, oh, you got to judge the boys by the size of their toys. I said, okay, well then, if you judging the boys by the size of their toys, I'm judging the pilot by the size of that wallet. Okay? So I was like, I'm not gonna, because in the past, like if I noticed somebody following me, I would just go to the police station or whatever. I was like, oh, nah, baby, I ain't going to the police station. I pulled up in a gas station. Girl, y'all, why when I pulled up in a gas station, girl, that fool, he drove out so fast, I thought I was watching the episode of Dukes of Hazzard. That fool's like, skirt, skirt. So So anyway, girl, y'all, that fool drove off on 2 wheels. That big ass Fred Sanford and Son truck he was in turned into a fucking Lamborghini in like 1.5 seconds. So anyway, I was like, let me tell the Bombshells girls, if y'all notice a dude following y'all, don't pull up to the police station. Start pulling up to the gas station. Start pulling up to the gas station. I guarantee you ain't gonna have no problems. They gonna pull off. Them fools gonna be like, skirt, skirt, or whatever. So anyway, I thought that was so funny, y'all. I was cracking up, girl. I told my mama about it, y'all. My mama was laughing so hard. She's talking to, because when I said you gotta judge a pilot by the size of that wallet, she talking about where do you be coming up from the where do you be coming up with this stuff from? I'm like, it just be coming off the top asbestos. Wait a minute, I got so much tea for y'all. It's this guy that I know. This man literally proposes to any yo, he be proposing to anybody that he date. It don't matter, girl. If you want to get engaged, I'm gonna give y'all his name. I'm gonna put it in the comment section. If you want to get married, girl, just DM this dude on Facebook. He'll propose, because he proposed to anybody and everybody. Girl, so this fool didn't propose to somebody else. I'm like, every time you look up, he is engaged. I'm like, you do know that you don't have to propose to every woman you date, right? You know that it can just be a relationship, and then all of the relationships end up ending whatever, girl. But anyway, y'all, why is this fool down to Facebook proposing again? I said, didn't he just propose to somebody 3 weeks ago, 3 months ago? So I said, so anyway, this time, I guess he got tired of buying rings and stuff. So he must have told her like, oh, this is going to be a trial proposal. We just going to, have a 90-day trial to see if it work out. So I'm not going to buy you no ring. So everybody else then got a ring. Is that like a bug thing? Oh, girl, I was finna say it's a bug in here, but no, that's like, it's outside. But anyway, girl, everybody that he has proposed to got a ring, but I guess he was like, I'm running out of rings. That fool running out of rings and ring money. But anyway, so girl, he proposed to this lady or whatever. First of all, when he proposed, that fool didn't even get all the way down on one knee. Girl, that fool was in the eagle position. I guess he want to mess up his pants, but that's Nelly. Y'all know what song's talking about? Go ahead, get your eagle on, girl.
Drop down and get your eagle on, girl. Hell no, ain't leaving me alone, girl.
That fool was getting his eagle on. God, literally, imagine a man proposing to you in the eagle position, not even on a knee. So he proposed to her like that or whatever. And so she was all happy and stuff or whatever. So it looked like he proposed to her in front of a mall, girl. I was like, what the fuck? What kind of mall they was at or whatever? She did not have a ring. And I'm like, okay, but everybody else done got a ring. Why she ain't getting no ring or whatever? So y'all, it just reminded me of Sheree, She by Sheree spring, summer, fall joggers. And I was like, what's a fashion show without no fashions? I said, baby, they having a fashion show without no fashions, because she accepted or whatever. So I don't know what he told her, like, I'm gonna get your ring later. I don't know what he told her, whatever, girl. But she was happy. I was like, as long as she happy, that's all that counts. But I'm like, girl, you need to go on that man's Facebook page and see that everybody get a ring. Like, I guess that'd be like the starter fiance pack or whatever. You get a ring and then you get a Facebook announcement or whatever. I don't know. I'm like, at this point, he ought to just like start a Facebook page of like with him charging women to propose to them so they can just post it or whatever, girl. Because I'm like, girl, this fool didn't propose to everybody in Houston. I think maybe me, my sisters, and my cousin and my best friends, it's only like 10 women in Houston, and we the group of 10 that he did not propose to, girl. I said, oh my God, again? Like, come on now. But anyway, I just wanted to tell y'all that it has stopped raining, so we got to turn the app on. I guess I'm not going to eat none of my muffin. Oh, I need to get my glasses together. Y'all know I be having my glasses and stuff or whatever. Oh, we got a juicer. Y'all, it's been super freaking busy on the Uber app lately. And I don't know if it's because like the girls have decided that they don't want to drive anymore because of gas or whatever. Oh, we online. Oh Lord, please, please Lord, send us some juicers. Is that a juicer? Is that a juicer? That's not no juicer. I don't like that. I mean, it's not bad, but I'm just going to take it. Okay, girls, because, okay, the person is only 1 minute away from us, so we just going to take it or whatever. Okay, girls, let me go ahead and get started, and then I'm going to give y'all a call back.
Ass getting bigger. bigger. Cash getting larger. He thought he was loving me good. I told him go harder. She thought she was killing this shit. I told her go harder. Just look at this alkaline wrist, cause I got that water. Ass getting thicker. Cash getting thicker. That's that dick. That's that real shit. That's that jelly, baby. Champagne and cherry, baby. That's that dick. That's that ball drop. That's that keep going. That's that never stop. That's that dick. That's that nana. That Uchi Gucci lala. Yeah, that's that Fiji agua. Candy girl pinata. Hit it in the car and take you back to the casa. Bet I got you rock now. That dick all over the yacht now.
Hey girls, okay y'all, the last time y'all talked to me, I was picking y'all up from Randall's parking lot and I dropped y'all off at Randall's parking lot. But anyway, girl, yesterday was an eventful day. So I ended up picking up this girl. I'm trying to think. Okay, so I picked up these Dominican ladies, girl. That's basically the ride that I took when I hung up with y'all. So girl, I picked up these Dominican ladies or whatever, girl. They was real nice. Girl, y'all, they was fine too. They were like older ladies, but they had the bodies. I just feel like all Dominican women just got them bodies, girl. So they were beautiful. So anyway, I picked them up or whatever. And so we were talking about the DR and I was like, yeah, I've been there before. And then they was like, oh, what part? Because they were from Punta Cana. They was like, what part? I said Santo Domingo. And girl, they gone all at the same, it was three of them, all three at the same time. So I'm like, oh, and girl, so I started laughing. So anytime a woman from DR does the when you tell them that you've been to Santo Domingo, they already know what it is. So that means that they know you went there to have surgery. So anyway, I was like, I just basically after they said that, I was like, yeah. And so they started laughing because we was on the same page. And so one of them said, so what doctor did you go to? So I told them that I went to Dr. Yulissa Infuente. And so, girl, they was looking her up or whatever. So, they started speaking Spanish or whatever. So they was looking her up and it was like talking in Spanish. Oh, yeah, Infuente. And so anyway, one of them was like, oh, she does corrective surgery. I said, yes. Ended up dropping them off at Marshall's on West Gray because, girl, they was out here visiting. They was like, we want to go shopping. So I told them about some other stores they needed to check out. So I dropped them off. Girl, after that, I ended up picking up this other girl or whatever. Girl, I picked her up and she had like her little daughter with her or whatever. And so the little daughter had like some like McDonald's, like a little Happy Meal. But girl, for whatever reason, the little girl was eating in my car. And guys, I am not, I'm very laid back. So if people kind of like eat a little snack in my car, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm definitely not going to say anything if a little kid is eating, because how do you tell a little kid not to eat? Or how do you tell the parent to be like, your baby can't eat in my car? I don't know. I typically don't do that. Plus I clean my car out every day. So something kept telling me, get out and get out like before you let her out, because the child lock was on her side. Get out the car and make sure she don't leave none of her food in there or whatever. Girl, so the whole time her mama was arguing. Her mama was on the phone arguing with somebody. Girl, they was going back and forth or whatever. Girl, her mama was just like sending voice messages and she was just like, yeah, when you was up there when I was messing with Omar, so you mean to tell me you ain't try to fuck with Omar? You mean to tell me you ain't go behind my back? So girl, her and some girl was arguing about going behind each other back, messing with different men or whatever. And I was like, oh my God. So anyway, they was going back and forth and I was like, may this situationship friendship never find me. Like I just can't. And so anyway, that's all. She was busy arguing with the girl or whatever, like on voice notes. Long story short, when it was time for me to drop them off or whatever, girl, I had to get out the car to drop them to get the little girl out the car anyway. Y'all, why when I opened that door, that little girl had fries and a Happy Meal and paper and just all types of shit or whatever. And girl, so her mama wasn't even paying attention. She was just finna get out the car and then she gonna tell my
Journey, get that stuff out the car, Journey. Make sure you get your paper and stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand, how did Journey end up tearing up the darn Happy Meal box? Girl, it was like Happy Meal pieces all over the place or whatever. So then her mama just kind of was like still on the phone arguing, but then directing her to get her stuff. I didn't say anything, but what I was doing, because Journey was looking at me and I was looking at her. She looking up at me, I'm looking down at her. And so what I did, like every piece of paper she forgot to get, I looked at that piece of paper, she picked it up. So we see each other. Because I was just like, nah, baby, you not finna be leaving all that trash and shit in my car. But if I wouldn't have got out, if that child lock wouldn't have been on, Journey would have popped her ass up out of that car and left my car looking like hoarders or whatever. So anyway, after I dropped them off or whatever, I picked up, I can't remember who I picked up after that, because, I picked up this other lady after that, girl, y'all. This lady was a gangster. This lady was like she was giving Queen of the South or whatever. So anyway, this lady works for a company where she goes and she picks up cars for the, she'll go to the auction for her boss. She'll buy a car for him. And then she'll look at the car, see what it needs, if it needs mirrors, windshield wipers, whatever. She get all of that stuff done. She go get the car detailed and cleaned out real good or whatever. So she was really, really nice. But we was in the car together for like an hour. So she was really, really nice or whatever. But yeah, girl, she was telling me that she be using that Lucas fuel injector stuff. Girl, y'all, that shit works. When I tell you, girls, make sure y'all get some of that, because when I tell you, when we started driving yesterday, I had 285 miles in my car, and when I ended last night, girl, I still had 255 miles in my car till empty. So it does work, guys. Please get that. If you have high mileage, get the one for high mileage. If you don't, like my car only have 55,000 miles on it, y'all, it work. I'll tell y'all more about that later, because I got to get on to the next ride. So after I dropped her off or whatever, she did tell me that they be using Lucas in them V8 cars, and she was like, girl, because she be having to drive them V8 cars with them V8 engines or whatever, she be having to drive those from the auction. She was like, them cars be eating up gas. And so she was just like, she'll take, like, that's part of her kit or whatever. So she'll put the Lucas in the car or whatever, and then she'll go fill it up. And that way, the car still have gas and stuff in it when it get to where it need to get to. Okay, so after I dropped her off or whatever, I ended up leaving like where I dropped her off at, trying to look for a restroom. But y'all, it's a part of Houston that I hate. And this particular part of Houston is like, it's like off of this street called A-Leaf Clothing. You drive over there, it's like you going back to the 70s. So I didn't want to use the bathroom over there. So girl, I drove all the way back to my house. And when I drove all the way back to my house or whatever, I got an alert to pick this little boy up from getting his hair done, girl. He pissed me off because when I went to get him, he was standing outside of the beauty shop because he went and got his hair braided. But he was hanging out with his friends and shit or whatever. So anyway, he was like some little 20-year-old girl thinking he grown or whatever, trying to fit in with his friends. And I was wanting to be like, my nigga, them boys don't want you around, because they was like, yeah, they was talking. He was on the phone with them, but they was talking to each other. And they was telling each other like, yeah, we gonna go get us a pint. We gonna go to get us a pint. And here his dumb ass go, y'all go get a pint. Y'all go get a pint. And I'm just like, if they really fuck with you like that, like they would cue you into the conversation, but instead you jumping into the conversation, you on the phone with them, but they still talking to each other, and you just sitting your dumb ass still holding the phone. He's talking, where y'all at? I'm finna pull up on y'all. Girl, and I'm just like, sir, these kids, these boys do not want to hang out with you. But anyway, girl, so I ended up, he was a nice little boy or whatever. What I did like about him is like, when I pulled up to the beauty shop, of course I didn't know which little boy he was. He was only 20 years old, by the way. I didn't know which little boy he was. And so, but he would decided when he was finished hanging out with his friends, when he came to the car, initially he had his hat on or whatever, but when he looked at me, I guess like maybe, I don't know, maybe it was a sign of respect, girl. It's like he got his little act together or whatever, girl. That fool took his hat off and everything. He took his hat off, he sat up straight, and I was like, yeah, give me the respect I deserve. So anyway, or whatever, he was a nice little kid or whatever. And but I'm gonna say this, you could tell he be cussing and stuff, but he was trying not to cuss. So he did have a level of respect to him. And he was saying like, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, stuff like that, which I do like when people show me respect. Not that I'm just like, I don't know, not that I'm just like trying to boss hog on the kids, but I do like when kids say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am to me or whatever. I just like that. It's just so, if they don't say it, it's not a big deal, but I do like when I do prefer that they do that, but if they don't, it's not a big deal. So anyway, girl, after I dropped him out, I got an alert to go pick up this, we gonna call him, baby, the Egyptian prince. Girl, when he walked outside, y'all, this man was so good looking. He was like dark skin, like my color, like, like, I don't know how to explain it, like dark skin, like he was my complexion or whatever. I don't know how to explain it, like, Yeah, y'all know what I'm trying to say. Like he was like dark brown skin or whatever. And I'm the reason why I'm explaining it like that because typically I just see lighter skinned Egyptians. I don't never see like Egyptians like my complexion or just more brown skin or whatever. I hope I'm explaining that right. So anyway, girl, he was like my color, my complexion or whatever, and he had really pretty hair and stuff like that or whatever. And he was dressed really like just really clean. And I'm gonna be honest, he did not look like he was getting off of work. That fool was fresh to death. He get in the car or whatever. He had his Ray-Bans on. He get in the back, and he was like, "Do you mind if I sit in the front?" And I was just like, "Well, I want you to sit in the back because I didn't want him in the front with me." Now I'm like, well, you good looking, but I don't want you in the front with me. And so anyway, I was like, "Well, no, it's okay. You can sit in the back." I was like, "Do you need a little bit more leg room?" He was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm good." So anyway, we was talking and stuff or whatever. He's, but I didn't expect for a beautiful lady to pick me up and all of this kind of stuff. So girl, we driving like that was a juicer. A-Rod was a juicer. So anyway, girl, we riding and stuff or whatever. And so he was just saying like he's always wanted like a African. I've always wanted an African girlfriend. We got plenty of like African beautiful women here. If you wanted an African girlfriend, you could have had 1, 2, 3 by now, like or whatever. And so anyway, he was just saying like how he just loved like African women and stuff like that or whatever. And so I asked him, I was like, "Are you married?" And he was just like, "Yeah." He was just talking about how he just like brown skin, like African, like dark skin girls, all of this kind of stuff or whatever. Just telling me what he like. He like them to be slim and fit and all of this kind of stuff or whatever. And I was just like, okay, but you saying all of this, but you married. He told me, "But I'm Muslim. We can have more than one wife." And I said, "And I'm pretty sure your beautiful Venezuelan wife is not going for that." So he started laughing or whatever. So he was just like, "Do you do personal rides?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Well, do you think you can pick me up for work in the morning?" And I was just like, "Okay, that's fine." I had to think about it first because I was like, okay, well, how much does Uber charge you? He was like $45. I can pay you $45. I was like, honestly, the distance that you live from me is too far for $45. It was like I was telling him this is cool because we were not too far from our destination, but for me to come all the way from my home all the way to your home, which he lives deep in Cyprus, girl, y'all, that's far from my house. So anyway, he was like, "Well, I can pay you 50." And I was like, "No, that's not enough." He's telling me, "Well, I'll give you 100." I said, "Okay, we can do it." So anyway, well, I waited. Actually, I waited, and then I messaged him later saying, "Okay, $100 is fine." So I was supposed to pick him up this morning at 8 o'clock this morning, but he ended up canceling or whatever. But yeah, girl, so I just wanted to say all of that to say, like, I hate when people be trying to act like the dark skinned girls, the chocolate girls don't get no play. Like if you live in Houston and you a chocolate girl, you already know what the tea is. You know the tea. They get plenty of play, and that's what the men like or whatever. But it just be making me mad, like when people be online like, "Oh, it's a lot of colorism in Houston and in Texas, and if you not light skinned or whatever," I'm like, that is not true. Like if you not boots on the ground, if you not in the field in the trenches, if you just sit up and lay up and look at TikTok and you don't get outside to know that that's not true, you will believe the hype. Do not believe the hype. Do not believe the lies. The men like the chocolate girls. I think after I dropped him off, that was it. But then anyway, I think I might have told you, yeah, I think I said he ended up canceling or whatever. So now he's asking me like if I can take him he needs a ride from his office to go pick up a truck or whatever. So I'm like, maybe I'll do that because that'll help me get ahead of my goal today. But we need to see how much he's talking about because we're not taking no pennies. You know what I'm saying? We need to get paid. I'm about to get dressed, and after I get dressed, I'm gonna show y'all my outfit, and then I'm gonna call y'all back. Hey girls, this is the outfit of the day. So I have on these super cute flowy pants. Girl, this came in a set from ASOS. I got this, oh my gosh, like at the end of last year. They look so cute and dressy. Girl, I think these pants was like $7. But anyway, okay. Then I have on my top. You guys have seen this top 1,000 times. This is from Zara. We got this top on sale over 3 years ago from Zara. What I've been doing lately is just putting my really cute outfits and stuff on because I've just been needing extra motivation. And I do feel like by getting a little bit more dressed up, it's kind of made me feel a lot better. And it's made me feel, a little bit more motivated. And then also, girls, I want to kind of like start maybe transitioning back into Rock Reinvented. but we still gonna have the adventures of rock, but maybe mix it up. I don't know. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about that. So what I wanted to do is just like still keep the vlogs like really fun and funny, but then like start adding stuff in, like maybe in between rides when we take a break, like I'm getting too excited. Okay, let me calm down. Y'all know when I get like excited, I like jumble my words. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is like, I want to start going to look at houses and stuff, like in between, like, taking rides and, when Uber gets slow. And then I want to look cute when we do it or whatever. And then too, I'm not going to lie, like yesterday, like that outfit I had on or whatever, I felt so pretty or whatever. So I felt really, really pretty. And also like this stuff sometimes it's just like easier to wear or whatever, especially when you bloated, girl. Cause right now I'm feeling like a little short fat pony. I know y'all hate when I say that. Just been wanting to feel like pretty lately since, my spirits haven't been like super up. And like I said, now, like when we take our breaks and stuff, we can go look at apartments or, and just be looking, a little bit more put together. So anyway, so now I'm about to get the keys. What else I need to do? Get the keys, get my purse, and just get everything together. And then I'll see you guys when I get in the car. Hey girls. Okay, y'all. So when we had the phone call, y'all, that was the Egyptian prince. So he's basically asking me to come pick him up from his office. After that, hopefully we can start our shift or whatever. It's like about 15 minutes to get to him. And then from there, we need to go another 15 minutes to take him to get his work truck. So we just gonna drop him off. And after we drop him off, we gonna skedaddle. I think where he's picking his truck up from is like off of I-10. So what I'll do, you know what, it will, we gonna be in a good area. Okay, I'm just thinking out loud. We're gonna be in a good area. So what we'll do is just navigate off of from that area and then maybe just pull over and see if we can get some juicers. We got a juicer. So anyway, I just wanted to give you girls an update on that. Let me go pick this guy up, take him over here to get this truck, and then I'll call y'all back. All right, girls. Okay, so I told you girls we would talk a little bit more about the Lucas, okay? We gonna call it the Lucas. Oh, it's essentially like a fuel injector cleaner or whatever. Y'all know, like all of the mechanical, electrical, and all of that stuff. Like, I'm not really good at explaining it, but basically you put it in your tank before you fill your tank up. It's at AutoZone. I think they also said you can buy it at Walmart. I bought mine from AutoZone. I bought it for $6.99. I'm gonna highly recommend this to my girlies who drive cars that need premium gas, and also my girlies who have to drive a lot. Girls, it has made a huge difference in the car. So let me tell you, like I said yesterday, we started off with 285 miles, on my range thing it said we had 285 miles until empty. Y'all, I drove 150 miles yesterday, if not a little bit more. So total 150 miles yesterday. When I finished driving yesterday, my car had 255 miles on it. And so I basically stopped at the gas station at the end of the day and I put $15 worth of gas in my car. When I put the $15 worth of gas in the car, it put me right back at 357 miles until empty, okay? So my car is performing completely different. Remember when Tamar on the Braxtons, when she was like, this dude right here is totally different. Okay, I'm sorry. Y'all know I be going on the deep end. But anyway, so my car has been driving totally different. And so I have noticed a big difference with the mileage now. It did cost me $62 to fill my car up. But I mean, it probably would have cost more, but I stopped it at $62. Oh, y'all, not gas going down. Girl, not gas going down, girl. I seen some gas for $3.59. Now I cannot believe it. But anyway, so I'm gonna strongly encourage you girls to get some Lucas. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. Like, I was like kind of sad and stuff about the gas, and I know y'all could like tell my energy had changed, because I'm just like, damn, like, how do you expect people to make a living who have, you know, who I'm gonna say who have to drive, because right now this is a really you know, this is kind of like a big, oh shit, this is like a big source of my income right now. And so it was just pissing me off. And then I'm like, damn, people who have to drive for long distances for work, like, how do you expect us to make it? And then something told me, girl, you know what, don't worry about it. If the fools figured out how to look at the information on them redacted Epson salt files, somebody gonna find a little loophole to making your gas stretch out. And I was right. Because, girl, somebody then went down to the thing and created a whole website with unredacted Epson salt files, and you can read the entire thing unredacted. The only thing that's blurred out is protecting the images of those victims or whatever. But yeah, so I ain't gonna lie, I knew like somebody was gonna come up with something. I even talked to Mr. John. I think if y'all was on the live, y'all seen when I answered the call with Mr. John or whatever. So yeah, girl, so even he was just like, yeah, go down there and put the Lucas in there, girl. Y'all, he be stuttering, but girl, he told me to fill the car up and then put the Lucas in there. But when he called to check on me later that night, he gonna tell me, nah, I told you was supposed to put the Lucas in there first, nah. And then he gonna tell me, well, don't worry about it. Tell me, because when you start driving and the car start bouncing around or whatever, then you know, everything will mix up or whatever. But yeah, girl, y'all, we rolling. What Gucci Mane say? What, y'all, is we rolling? What he say? Rolling. Y'all, what's part of that song Gucci Mane say? Rolling. Let's no, that's not it. Okay, wait a minute. I can't think. Is you rolling? Okay, I can't think of the part of the song. Baby, not gas. Y'all, gas is going down, baby. Look at God. What the devil meant for evil, God used for our good. Girl, gas is going down over here, girl. It's $3.59. So it was yesterday, gas was $3.69, so it went down 10 cents overnight, because I think they tired of the Tangerine Drummer Queen trying to manipulate the system. You know what I'm saying? And we already know the shit that he did to manipulate, like, this whole situation. It was a scheme that Todd set up to come to us with the bullshit, because he did not want people to keep talking about them Epson salt files. And then his wife then went down to the thing and stood behind the seal, and you know, ain't nobody supposed to stand behind the U.S. seal. She just stood her dumb ass behind the seal like, me and my husband met Jeffrey at party. I did not make sex with Jeffrey. I'm like, girl, you could have left this. Your husband was trying to bury this shit, and you done came your beanhead ass down here and opened it back up. But that's good, because he started all of that shit with them people over there, because he was trying to hide, you know, what was going on with Epsom salt. And now that shit then came back to the surface, baby. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't be trying to bury nobody, because even if you try to bury a body, that shit gonna float back to the top. Okay, you know what? I'm sorry. I done went on a whole tangent. Okay, girl, not them just had an accident. I'm done. Oh my gosh. All right, girls, it's time for us to get some juicers. We got a juicer. Hey, juicer. We got a, y'all, girl. Okay, I know y'all tired of me talking about this Lucas. Y'all have got to get, girl, I am so freaking happy. Okay, so we online. Oh, I don't want that. Oh, I need to put my glasses on. Okay, hold on, girls. I got to put my eyes on. But girl, now. Okay, so that wasn't no juicer, girl. That's only $5.70. No, ma'am. So yeah, I'm gonna need them to run me. Girl, and not them trying to sneak and send me the same ride and add 30 cents to it, baby. Ain't nobody dumb over here, girl. Y'all, that's what Uber be doing. Like, when sometimes when you don't want to take a ride, they'll basically, like, you'll ignore it, it'll go away, and then they'll try to send it to you again, but then be trying to add like 20 more cents to it. No, because I don't want to go on BOMBCHELLEs. Like, the only time I don't mind, like, taking people to BOMBCHELLEs or in that area is Saturday night, because that's where the money be at. Girl, not another one, girl. I am not going to BOMBCHELLEs. Girl, they didn't send me the same ride 3 times. And girl, a lot of times when you be going to a BOMBCHELLEs, all you finna do is go pick up some Uber treats and take them to one of them, nasty men's, girl. I don't feel like transporting no midnight ballerina. Well, not midnight ballerinas, but I don't feel like transporting no Uber treats today. Girl, another one. They must be having like a prostitute convention today, because girl, all of these rides is trying to make me take somebody to Club Creek. I am not going over there. Either Club Creek or BOMBCHELLEs, and all of that is in like the same area. Girl, and it's gonna tell me, are you still there? Yes, bitch, I'm still here. But no, another BOMBCHELLEs ride. Yeah, I'm finna log off. I don't want to go on BOMBCHELLEs. I'm not going over there. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm finna log off because I don't want to go on BOMBCHELLEs. Stop trying to send me on there. I'm finna log. Okay, yeah, it's gonna tell me talking about you are no longer online. I don't give a damn. You think I give a damn? Because I don't. Yeah, okay, girls, what I might have to do, or what we might have to do, is drive a little bit away from this area, because I don't want to go on BOMBCHELLEs. And it's like every ride we done got is going to BOMBCHELLEs. I am not in the mood today, girl. Like, come on now. She's Louise. Ooh, baby, yes, these glasses nice and crispy. I can see everything. Okay, girl, let me try to, okay, we finna go back online, because I was trying to take my first ride with y'all, but I don't know. Plus the gimbal, girl, the damn battery look like it's draining, so I'm gonna have to charge the battery up a little bit. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, this one look like it's good. Let me see. 6, 10. Okay, we're gonna take this one. Upland driving. Oh, okay, we're gonna take that one. Okay, girls, it's not exactly a juicer, but it's better than you know, what we was getting. So, but anyway, okay, girls, I'm gonna call y'all back.
Every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back, telling me I need you in my life. Every time I try to go, something keeps pulling me back. Everything's gonna be alright. Every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back, telling me I need you in my life. It was meant to be, you were meant for me, so that means we gotta make it. Have you ever loved someone so much you thought you'd die, giving so much of yourself? It seems the only way. Tell me what you want and I will give it to you. I try to leave to keep pulling me back. Every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back. It's telling me I need you in my life. Something keeps pulling me back. And everything's gonna be alright. Telling me I need you in my life. It was meant to be.
Hey, girls. Okay, y'all like my little montage? Girl, let me tell you a secret. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all some behind the scenes tea. Y'all know it took me forever to film that. That was probably like at 3 something, and now, girl, it is after 10, and that's because between all of that time, the maintenance man came. Then I had to get these wigs ready for the sick and shut-in sale. So girls, we only have 3 wigs, but we're about to do a sick and shut-in wig sale. So our first contestant is absolutely gorgeous. Y'all, this wig is actually identical to what I have on. Literally, it's the same exact wig. The only difference is this one has combs in it. And of course, it has a drawstring. I'm sorry, it have a comb in the back, combs on the side, drawstring. This is the same wig, literally the same middle part, the same texture. I washed the wigs with laundry detergent, and then I put Downy on the wigs to kind of loosen the wigs up, you know, like to make them, to get all the knots and stuff out of them, and just to make them really, really soft. I just wanted to put that out there just in case anyone has allergies or whatever. Just know that these wigs are being washed with laundry detergent and fabric softener. Okay, so this is the first wig, guys. This wig is only going to be $95, and that does include shipping, so technically the wig is $90. Now, wig number 2 is a gorgeous wig. However, girl, I don't know what was going on down to the factory when they made this wig, but y'all, I'm getting rid of this wig because I don't like the fact that I have a hard time covering this track right here. Now, if you are a kitchen-tician or a magician and you know how to work some magic and you know how to like cover that track, that's literally the only reason why I'm letting this wig go for $65. It's gonna be first come first serve. This wig is a deep sea side part, but girl, if you want to, oh, you know what, pictures of me with the wigs on will be on the screen as well. But anyway, if you want to remix this gorgeous wig, you can, girl. You can just like part it down the middle if you want to. I think it's just so pretty. But that right there, that right there, baby, that be wearing me out. I can't take it. Okay, this is a gorgeous wig. Now this wig is super long, okay, girls? Let me tell you why I'm selling this wig. I am selling this wig. First of all, I barely wore it. But I'm selling it because I tried to adjust this wig so many times and my head is just too small. I'm only selling this wig for $75. It's $70 with $5 shipping, so $75, because I tried to I tried to hot glue an elastic band on the back of the wig so it could kind of, you know, mold to my head, but it just never did. It was just too big, and I don't know how to fix it and make it smaller for my head. And I'm gonna be honest, I hate to get rid of this wig. It is a certified banger. This is a man eater. You hear me? I ain't gonna lie. The 1 or 2 times I did wear the wig, the men was trying to holler, but girl, I ain't want nobody talking to me because I just kept feeling like the wig was gonna fall off or whatever. So anyway, this is a man eater. So this gonna be for one of my single bombshells that's ready to get back out here on the prowl. But let me tell you the other thing that's wrong with this wig. This wig is also missing, where is that little thing at? So y'all see how it has this little piece right here? It's missing that piece on the other side. That's another reason why I'm not, you know, comfortable with selling this wig for that amount of money or whatever. So you see this little piece right here? Like, that's missing. And so you're gonna have to sew. You can just take a basic piece of fabric and just sew it on or whatever. And once you sew it on, you just loop this little piece in the wig like that, and then it'll be attached. I just feel like one of you bombshells would benefit more from this because I'm never gonna be able to figure out how to make this thing fit my head. This is the scalp. It has real scalp. Oh, you know what? That was the name of this wig when they first sent it to me. It was called the real scalp wig or whatever, and so literally it looks like your scalp. But girl, this is a gorgeous wig. So I'm gonna, y'all know, like I said, I'm gonna wash these wigs. This wig is like, oh, look at that, y'all, look at that texture. These wigs have been just sitting in the box. This one has literally been sitting in a storage box for over 2 years at this point. If you are interested in any of the 3 wigs, please feel free to email me at rochellechannel@gmail.com. These wigs are first come, first serve, so whoever emails me first and pays their money first You know, that's who will be the that's who I will sell the wig to. Also, guys, these wigs are very, very, very high density. Normally, by the time the video goes out, the wigs will be ready. I'm gonna actually wash the wigs tonight, but because of the density in the wigs, they are going to probably take a couple of days to dry. So I'm assuming that these wigs will probably be ready by Saturday morning. If you are interested, just make sure you send me an email, and in your email just say sick and shut in. Just tell me, just say sick and shut in or whatever, and just tell me which wig you want, and then we'll go from there.
With your permission, I just wanna spend a little time with you. With your permission, tonight I wanna be a little me on you. Oh yeah. With your permission, know what I'm talking about, baby, yeah. Now it's time for you to show me what it's hitting for. Sip a little jack, maybe blow a little draw.
Hey girls, y'all, I am tired. I'm trying to unwind. Am I the only one that comes home and put on like a lounge, you know, something to lounge in or whatever before I take off my makeup and stuff? And just either I sit down or either I just lay in the bed because I'm so exhausted. Do y'all do that? But anyway, girls, so okay, girl, y'all gonna laugh. Listen, when I hung up with y'all, I'm trying to think where's the last time we dropped off. I think I had to drop someone off downtown because my battery was going low. I wasn't able to really get as much footage. I think the last time we talked, oh, I was going to go get a juicer. We got a juicer. I don't remember. It wasn't really a juicer. So I think I ended up picking someone up. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I ended up picking these ladies up. It was like a daughter and a mom. And girl, the mom smells so good. She had on Dior mixed with Carolina Herrera. So anyway, I dropped them off. And then after I dropped them off, I ended up having to go pick up this guy. His name was Angelino, and Angelino, he was nice or whatever. He was from Italy, and so I picked him up, girl, and I basically had to take him like downtown or to uptown or whatever. So girl, he invited us to like this pizza place. He works at this pizza place, and so he gave me his phone number, and he was like, if you call me and you know, if you're in the neighborhood and you want to come by and have some pizza, I'll take care of you. Basically, like he'll just, you know, take care of it for free. And after that, I picked up another guy. Girl, I was just picking up a bunch of men today or whatever. Now, these guys from Houston, they be flirting. So you know how they be flirting, you know, can I take you out sometimes? Even no, I'm like, no, you know, do you have a man? No, I don't have a man. Oh, okay. So, you know, what do you do in your spare time? And I was like, I just be working. Damn, you don't get out and have no fun? I said, no, I don't. I just work or whatever. So anyway, girl, he was one of the most sassy, you know, the most sassy men's. You know the men's that be wearing them tight pants and the pants be like 3 inches above their ankle. I call them ankle spankers. Them pants be spanking them ankles, girl. So he had some of them on with them big old long Peter Pan moccasins, girl, whatever. So he had that on, and then he had like a button down shirt like tucked in or whatever. Girl, that shirt was tucked in so tight you could bounce a nickel off that bitch or whatever. So girl, y'all, he was so fucking sassy or whatever. So when I wouldn't give him my number, like basically when I stopped the car or whatever, he was just like, so you not gonna give me your number? I was like, no. Girl, like when he was getting out of my car girl, when he was getting out of my car, why that bitch gonna talk about, that's why your car making a noise? And I'm just thinking to myself, but you sat your big wide Brahma bull looking ass in that back seat and you rode in the car while it was making a noise and didn't say nothing. So you didn't give a fuck about your safety. You definitely don't give a fuck about mine or whatever. So I didn't say nothing because I didn't want to get into it. And plus, like, you got to be careful with, you know, that back and forth stuff or whatever, because they can give you a bad review or whatever. So of course I didn't say nothing. And then another reason why I did not say anything is because Like, I didn't want to, like I said, get into it with him. And then sometimes, girl, with them passengers, when they be getting into it with the Uber drivers, they will leave the door open. You know what I'm saying? And we were downtown. At this point, we were downtown, and I did not want to be put in a position where he got mad and just left my door open. Now I'm in the middle of a busy street. I got to get out of my car, walk all the way around to the passenger side, close the door, and walk all the way. Because, baby, in Houston, the girls are aggressive in traffic. So I didn't want a situation like that or whatever. So I just let him talk his shit about the noise my car was making or whatever. And so anyway, you can't, y'all know, like, don't never let nobody see you sweat or whatever. So anyway, I was just like, whatever. So I drove off, girl. But as soon as that fool like was out of eyesight, I turned everything off of the car, baby. I turned off the AC. I closed the sunroof because I be having a sunroof crack like just a little bit. I closed the sunroof completely. I literally turned everything off, and I just drove the car until I got my next passenger, and I didn't hear no noise. And I was just like, this whole sassy ass, big butterball, big flatulent, wide back, peanut butter and jelly tongue. You got them ankle spankers on, and then they plum smugglers. Y'all know what plum smugglers are? Like, plum smugglers is when men be wearing it's like when men pants be real tight, and you could see they private part or whatever, and it just be looking like it's balled up. Girl, it be like looking bunched up like a Ken doll. Y'all know how Ken dolls be made or whatever. So I'm like, you mad because you smuggling them plums, and them pants is spanking them ankles. That's why you mad or whatever. So anyway, after I, finally got myself out of that situation, I went on to the next guy. So I ended up picking this British guy up. At this point, I had already had enough of uptown, downtown, and I was ready to get the fuck ASAP, like Tokyo Tony be saying. He ended up being nice. He gave me like an $11 tip. So then after him, I ended up getting another ride. Girl, it was a juicer. We got a juicer. So it was a lady who was going to a baseball game. Girl, I picked her up. And after I picked her up or whatever, I had to take her back downtown. And so that was good, girl. And that was another juicer. So, girl, that ride was like $32. And then after her, who else did I pick up? Oh, I ended up picking another guy up from downtown. He was nice. He was a real nice guy. Girl, he lived like down the street from some $10 million homes. I was like, damn. He was like, yeah, Akeem Olajuwon lives in one of those homes. Because when we first got to the neighborhood, I was like, is that somebody's house? He was like, yeah. I was like, golly. So anyway, he was real nice or whatever. I went and I picked up this guy. His name was Jose. Well, it was like he requested a ride, but he had to stop on his ride or whatever. So anyway, when I get to this restaurant, it's like a restaurant. It looked like a boat or whatever, and it's out in Sugar Land. So I get there, and it's like Jose and his boo. He put her in the car, closed the door. He walked to the side or whatever. He gets in the car. Girl, they was back there like talking to each other and stuff, laughing and giggling and, being all flirty with each other or whatever. So the first stop, we actually ended up dropping off his girlfriend. We just gonna call her Maria. So we dropped Maria off, girl. But I was like, baby, Maria don't play no games. Maria daddy and her brother was outside waiting for her in the yard. So basically, like, he walked around, got her out of the car or whatever, and then, he didn't walk her in that house, but he basically walked her, by her brother and her dad or whatever. Girl, y'all, that brother and that daddy was waiting for her. And girl, Maria wasn't like no young girl. I don't know. They looked like they probably was like maybe 25 or whatever. But I said, oh, her daddy and them don't fucking play about her. So anyway, we dropped Maria off. And now this is just a cautionary tale, girls. Like, it made me realize it don't even matter what kind of man it is, girl. It could be a man who don't speak no kind of English, ain't never said one word in English or whatever. When them fools trying to flirt, they gonna figure out how to say what they need to say or whatever. So, girl, Maria was out the car probably for 5 minutes at this point. And so now he have a whole bunch to say. I'm like, you didn't have nothing to say with Maria. When Maria was in the car, you didn't have anything to say. So anyway, he was like, Miss. Then he asked me like how to pronounce my name. So I was just like, Rochelle. And he was just like, oh, Rochelle. And I was just like, yeah. I was like, yeah, whatever. Girl, why did that fool figure out, like, on his translator app, he was, instead, like, he was trying to say like you look pretty in pink, and but the way that it came out, he was just like, said pink look pretty to you instead of saying pink look pretty on you. And I was just like, you know, thank you or whatever. And then I was just like, was that your girlfriend or whatever? And he was just like, yeah. So I was just like, la bonita, like telling him like she was beautiful or whatever. And he was like, thank you. And I was just like, sir, why you didn't say that? I wanted to be like, what about Maria or whatever? So because Maria, you done dropped her off, you was all in her face, and she ain't even been out the car a good 10 minutes, and now you all in mine. I was just like, man, some of these men, I'm not gonna say it's all men, but I'm gonna say it's always a man. I was just like, man, Jose, you ain't shit. Cause I was like, when he first like got her to the car, whatever, I was like, oh my God, like he's so sweet, like he being so nice to her. Baby Maria, Jose had that dog in him, and I'm like, you know better. I was just thinking to myself, like, now you know if that daddy and that brother found out you was in this car talking about pink look pretty on me, you know that they'll monkey stump your ass. You will be monkey stumped all up and down Katy, all the way to Cypress, Galveston, all the way back to Brenham, and then back to Houston if they knew that Maria hadn't even been out the car for a good 10 minutes before you over here trying to flirt with me. So anyway, girl, I was just like, damn, that, y'all, these men are something else. So anyway, I don't know if I finished telling y'all about the Egyptian prince. I think I might have told y'all. So anyway, I went and I picked him up from his office, took him to get his truck, and then after that, I was just able to kind of just go on about my life or whatever. So I think I told y'all about that. So I ended up he paid me $100 for that or whatever. But I don't know about him. Cause he just keep talking about like he loves African women. I love African women. And I'm just like, my nigga, you married. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, but he keeps saying like African women, and I'm thinking to myself, and then he'll be like how he love like dark skin. And I'm just like, are you soliciting? Are you just like trying to tell me that? Because y'all, I am considered dark skinned in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? And so basically, like, I guess to him, and me and him, we're about the same color. But again, that's why, you know, but he would just keep making emphasis about he want him a dark skinned African woman, girl. And I'm just like, this fool, y'all, this man is married. His wife is an engineer. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, girl, I just be feeling like some men are never freaking satisfied or whatever. But baby, I got my little $100, because he was just like, do you want me to, when we got him to his truck, he was like, do you want me to pay you in Zelle or do you want me to pay you in cash? Run me that cash. So anyway, he gave me $100, you know, so he paid me in cash or whatever. And so yeah, so today overall, guys, I ended up making $209. And so I was like, thank you. And so I was so grateful for that. As far as the mileage on the car, I think when I first talked to y'all, first talked to y'all when we first got in the car, I think I had 300 miles on the car. But girl, I mean 300 miles until empty. I think that's what the car said, 300 miles until empty. Baby, when I tell you I've been driving all day, the car still has 200 miles on it. And I talked to Mr. John or whatever, so I just called and tell him thank you. So girls, if you guys are going to be taking like a cute little road trip or anything like that, make sure you get you some Lucas, because Mr. John told me he had to go to Oklahoma, basically from DeSoto, Texas to Oklahoma. He told me he put that Lucas in his car, and he didn't have to stop and fill up his tank at any point. And I'm gonna be honest, girl, you rarely have to put gas in your car. So I'm not gonna lie, girl, it's like Uber is fun again. I just feel like it's so much fun. Like I like it again, because baby, not them trying to beat on the wall. Hold on. Not them trying to beat on the wall. I guess they trying to act like I'm talking too loud. But my thing is this. Y'all, the girl, y'all, they used to be up there making noise all times of the night, literally to 6 o'clock in the morning. And finally, I was over it. And so I reported them again to the leasing office. I guess the leasing office got tired of me reporting them, and they finally put the shamalama ding dong on them fools. So, girl, I told you, I ain't heard a peep. It's like you can hear a rat pissing on cotton. That's how quiet it's been. So don't be trying to beat on the wall or whatever because you feel like I'm talking too loud. Because, no, man, we not playing them reindeer games. So anyway, girl, but like I was saying, Uber is fun again. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, it's a little bit more fun now, especially because it's like not having to constantly be filling your damn car up. I'm trying to think if I had something else to tell y'all. I'm pretty sure I did, but I can't think of it now. And if I think of what I had to tell y'all, I will call y'all. Well, I can't even talk. If I can think of what I had to tell y'all, I'll give you guys a call back.